Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield. This is Montana State Bobcat Basketball, brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality. Montana State University, mountains and mines. And by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
It may be February on the calendar, but it is March in the implications of this final stretch for Montana State. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. A pleasure to be with you today from Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Tonight, it's the Montana State University Bobcats. They come in at 11-15. They are 6-7 in conference play, coming off a win against Weber State. On the other side, it's the Idaho State University Bengals coming in at 11-12. They are 6-6 in conference play. They just lost on Thursday night in Missoula. All right, we're getting ready to go. We are Brian-less today. Brian Prevey not with us on the air today. He is off in Cheney celebrating a title he won back in 2005 with Eastern Washington. So he's over there now for Alumni Weekend, but he will be back for Cat Grizz coming up on Saturday. Okay, great game tonight. Montana State, again, coming off a nice win against Weber State last time out, winning 74-66. It was the first time they have swept Weber State since 2020, and only the second time they've completed a sweep against Weber State since 2005. So nice to see Montana State take care of business against a team below them in the standings. But for the Bobcats so far this year, they have not beat any team above them in the standings right now. The Cats at 6-7. Prime opportunity to do that today against this 6-6 Idaho State team, which, again, has been very good at home. They're 4-2 at home, including a win against Montana State, which is 2-4 on the road. So today they're looking for just their third win on the road away from Pocatello. All right, let's dive into our Mountain Hot Tub opposing team profile and see why they're going to be in hot water today, brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. This is an Idaho State team that starts on the glass. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country, number 7 in the nation overall in their rebounding margin, number 1 in the conference, and they're 5th in the nation in offensive rebounding. So they do a great job of the glass, lots of second chance points, and certainly will be a big key to this ball game today. They're a little one-dimensional offensively. Everything runs through Dylan Darling, who, despite being on a 500 team right now, is putting together what's a pretty darn convincing case for Big Sky Player of the Year. Could be a Dylan Darling, could be an Isaiah Hawthorne from Northern Colorado, Langston Reynolds out of Northern Colorado, another guy who certainly would put together a quality case, and it would be tough to put together a really strong case for anybody out of Montana. I mean, they are actually right now a half game up in first place before they tipped tonight after Northern Colorado lost earlier today, but I don't know who you would pick out of some of their top players as somebody who puts together a candidate or a candidacy that is good enough to win Big Sky Player of the Year. So that's going to be an interesting run down the wire once those ballots come out. But Dylan Darling, certainly a guy that is putting up a heck of a case right now. He has scored over 30 points in each of his last 2 games. He gets to the line a ton. He's taken 159 free throws this year, and he knocks down 82% of them. So he's going to be a tough act to follow today. But again, they can be a little one-dimensional through Dylan Darling. So the question will be, who else can step up? On Thursday, it was Isaiah Griffin, who had 21 points in the ballgame. He scored 9 against Montana State. Connor Hollenbeck was a guy that had a big performance against Montana State earlier this year back in Pocatello. He scored 22 points, but he was scoreless on Thursday. So a lot of up and down around Darling. And the Bobcats try to keep those guys down today as we get ready for this battle between Montana State and Idaho State, an all-time series that dates back to 1913. One of the longest running rivalries in the country. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll get you some Kendall Ford keys to the game. And later, we'll get you caught up on the Big Sky scoreboard, and then we'll sit down with head coach Matt Logie. We're getting set for Montana State and Idaho State today. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to BozemanChamber.com.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Back courtside as we get set for Montana State and Idaho State today. It's the Bobcats and the Bengals from the brick as Montana State continues this three-game homestand of the final stretch of the year. The Cats can get back to 500 today with a win, but it won't be easy against this Idaho State team if they're going to be able to get this thing done. Let's take a look at some of the Kendall Ford keys to the game and how Montana State could get the win today. For Montana State, first and foremost, you got to win the battle on the glass. And if you don't win, you got to at least keep it close. Idaho State this year, +9 overall in their rebounding margin. They're +5 in conference play. They are dynamic on the offensive glass. We're going to talk to Coach Logie about all of that in just a bit, but they absolutely crashed the glass. They've got some big size, so I wonder if we'll see maybe some B.J. Culley today, add a little bit of size. Chika Naduka had some good minutes against Idaho State earlier this year when the Bobcats lost by 3. But got to slow down this Idaho State team on the glass. You got to keep Dylan Darling off the free throw line. He gets to the line so often. Keep him off the free throw line today. That will be a big key. And then make sure they're one-dimensional. You can't let them get going too much outside of Dylan Darling. It was Connor Hollenbeck who had a career game against Montana State that first time out with 22 points on 7 of 13 shooting. He's a 6'7" big man, and Hollenbeck went off for 4 threes in that game, one of his best three-point shooting games in the conference this year. So that's a guy you got to make sure you don't let get going, although he did struggle on Thursday against Montana. And then Isaiah Griffin's another guy to keep an eye out for. He put up 21 points against Montana on Thursday. But keep them one-dimensional with Dylan Darling, who is the star for them right now. He's the league's leading scorer in conference games at 23 points per game. He's knocking down 47 shots, 47% of his shots from the field, 40% from 3, and 81% from the free throw line in Big Sky play. So he has been absolutely dynamite, and we'll see if Montana State can slow down Dylan Darling, who is putting together a heck of a Big Sky Player of the Year resume for a player on a team that is sitting at 500 right now. Taking a look now at our Wheat Montana weather report. Got a little bit of snow last night and early this morning. It is starting to warm up just a little bit. We are supposed to be getting some more snow through early next week, but this is February in Big Sky country, so we're expecting to be getting some snow again later tonight through tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, before we do finally will start to get up into the low 40s potentially next week when the Cats host the Grizzlies next Saturday. So we will have some warmer weather coming, but for now it is cold and it is snowy. And that is our Wheaton, Montana weather report today. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will take a look around the rest of the Big Sky. We'll get you caught up on how the women did today as they continue to chase history. They were down in Pocatello, and we got a final down at Idaho State already. We'll tell you about that and more. And then later, we're sitting down with head coach Matt Logie. It's Montana State and Idaho State today, the Bobcats and the Bengals. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State Athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Back with the pregame show. We're getting set for Montana State and Idaho State today. It is the 212th meeting all time between the Bobcats and the Bengals, a series that dates back to 1913. Montana State had one of their longest winning streaks against any Big Sky opponent snapped in Pocatello earlier this year on January 16th. Cats had won 11 straight against the Bengals. They hadn't lost to Idaho State in over 2,100 days before they suffered a 3-point defeat at Idaho State earlier this year. It was a tight game. Montana State did fall behind by 14 early in that contest, and then on into the second half. They battled back with a late 24-6 run, and then the offense went cold in the final 3 minutes as Montana State lost a heartbreaker over there at Idaho State, which opened up that road trip before the Cats would go on and get the win against Weber State that following Saturday. All right, let's take a look now at the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard and check in on some numbers. We begin with the women who are chasing history this year. They win again tonight. They are 14 wins, no losses in conference play, 24-2 this year. What a ball game it was earlier today. It was a tight one. There was a combined 17 turnovers in that first. Excuse me. There was a combined 27 turnovers in that first quarter between those two teams. It was tight throughout, and then Montana State pulled away, outscoring Idaho State 22-11 in the fourth quarter, despite not hitting a field goal in the final almost 4 minutes of that game. Montana State on the women's side went 18 of 20 from the free throw line, 11 of 11 in the second half, 8 of 8 in the fourth quarter. Mara Dykstra was an absolute star, 29 points on 10 of 17 shooting. Esmeralda Morales had 13 points while going 8 of 8 from the free throw line, despite going only 2 of 9 from the field. Taylor Chiric, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a trio of steals. And Natalie Picton, 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting. She had 6 steals in the ball game. Montana State forced 28 turnovers by Idaho State in this one, and they had 17 steals. Heck of a win for the women earlier today, a 74-60 win on the road. Now they come home, and we've got the Cat Grizz doubleheader coming up on Saturday. The women at 2, the men at 7. Going to be a good one. Daniel Sally would be on the call earlier in the afternoon, and myself and Brian Prevey will have the call in the PM of that game, of that doubleheader. So going to be fun, going to be a big-time matchup as Montana State tries to keep things rolling, again sitting now at 14-0 in Big Sky play. Special things with Coach Binford. Hell of a way to celebrate her 20th year as the head coach at Montana State. Checking in on some of the men's Big Sky scores. We do have a very notable final in Portland. Portland State today defeats Northern Colorado 82-71. So Northern Colorado is now 11-3. They've got the record wrong on the ESPN stats, but Northern Colorado is now 11-3, a half game back of Montana, which tips off against Weber State coming up at 7 o'clock, so an hour after our game. Northern Arizona wins to keep some pressure behind the Bobcats. Northern Arizona is 6-8. They beat Sac State 65-61. Idaho leading at Eastern Washington right now, up 39-31. Idaho is also at 6-6. So the standings right now: Montana in first at 11-2, UNC at 11-3 in second place. Portland State with that big win. They are now 8-5. This Idaho State team and Idaho are both 6-6. Montana State and Eastern Washington both with 7 losses. The Bobcats 6-7. Eastern Washington 5-7. NAU 6-8 after their win today. Weber State is 3-9, and Sac State is 2-11 after their loss earlier today. So right now, Montana State on the inside of that first round bye, but a precarious spot right now with NAU earning their 6th win. So if the Bobcats were to lose today, they would have their 8th loss, which means they would be tied with Northern Arizona, and we'd see which of those two teams, one of those would have to play on that first day of the Big Sky tournament. So for Montana State, we mentioned at the top, sure, it's February in the calendar, but the stakes are as high as they are in March right now. Just a massive, massive homestand for the Bobcats, which got off on the right foot with a win on Thursday night against Weber State. All right, let's check in on some of the national scores today. It's a Saturday, so bunch of national games, bunch of nationally ranked games going around today. One of the star games tonight was number 1 Auburn at number 2 Alabama. Auburn held off their rival 94-85. There was 104 points combined in the second half between those two teams. Auburn is now 11-1 in the SEC. Alabama is 10-2. Duke with a massive win against Stanford at home, 106-70. Number 3 Duke is now 14-1 in the ACC. Number 5 Tennessee survived at home. They had a big comeback against Vanderbilt today, winning 81-76. They put up 50 points in the second half after they were trailing by 13 at halftime. Tennessee is 8-5 in the SEC. Number 6, Houston, with a gut check win at number 13, Arizona, to remain in first place after beating the Wildcats in the Big 12, winning 62-58 today. That was a really good ball game. Number 16, Wisconsin, the Bobcats played to a single-digit difference in a loss in Madison open up the year. Wisconsin beats Purdue 94-84. Purdue falls to 11-4. That was a big game. Texas A&M beats Arkansas 69-61. Number 10 Iowa State beats Cincinnati at home 81-70 to go to 10-4 in Big 12 play. Number 12 Texas Tech, they go to 11-3 in the Big 12, winning 93-55 against Oklahoma State. Number 21 Missouri beats Georgia 87-74. Clemson dismantles Florida State 72-46. Clemson only gave up 19 points in the first half. Clemson is ranked number 23. They are 13-2 in ACC play. In action right now, number 22 Mississippi State beaten up on number 19 Ole Miss midway through the second half, leading 62-46. Coming up later tonight, Michigan State, number 11 at Illinois. The Spartans and Tom Izzo trying to stay in the Big Ten title hunt. They are 10-3 in Big Ten play. Number 15, Kentucky, is at Texas today. South Carolina goes to number 3, Florida. Number 17, Kansas, which is 8-5 in the Big 12. They are at Utah later tonight. So those are the other national scores today on this Saturday evening. Okay, we are going to take a break. On the other side of this timeout, we're going to sit down with head coach Matt Logie. We'll get into the matchup between the Bobcats and the Bengals. We'll talk a little about Brian Garacki, who is scuffling right now, but we know he's got such a high ceiling. We'll talk with Coach Logie about what Garacki's doing to get back to that elite ceiling we know is in there. It's Montana State and Idaho State today. Coach Logie after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
Back of the pregame show, we're getting set for Montana State and Idaho State today. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. All right, Coach, getting ready for the Bobcats and the Bengals today, starting with your squad. You know, for Brian Garacki, a preseason all-conference selection, we know he's got tremendous talent, but a little bit of a shooting slump lately. What are you seeing from Brian, and how does he get going?
Well, I think, you know, it's a little bit of a byproduct of our roster makeup and system. You know, I think Brian's got to get himself going by doing some things, you know, on the offensive glass, cutting, getting out in transition. Obviously, he's a known entity this year versus last year, and you know, we have a little different makeup of our team without Rob and Eddie touching the paint as much as they did and drawing attention. And so, you know, I think it's just a matter of time and a matter of opportunity. And you know, obviously, I've been with Brian for a long time. I got a lot of trust in him, and just got to keep plugging away.
All right, let's take a look at this Idaho State team. They come in at 6-6 after a tight loss against Montana on Thursday. One of the numbers that stands out that people talk about is their rebounding margin. They're +9 on the glass, great on the offensive rebounding glass as well. What do you guys have to do to win that rebounding battle today?
Yeah, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. They're number 3 in the country in rebounding. So it's going to be a physical battle down low. They send all 5 guys on every shot. And you got to be physical. You got to block out every time. You got to go get the ball at the high point. And if you do that, you can get out in transition and find your offensive rhythm. But certainly, it's a big task and a big part of what's going to determine the game tonight.
Talking about some of their individual guys now, Dylan Darling is the star. He's averaging over 20 points per game in Big Sky Conference play. What do you guys have to do to slow down Darling today?
Well, Darling's dynamite. He's a guy that can score at all 3 levels. He's got tremendous speed and a real high shot credibility. And so the first thing you got to do is try to keep him going to his weak hand and not allow him to play to his strong side of the floor, going left, where he is a much better finisher and draws a lot of fouls at the rim. In addition to his ability to, get into the paint and open things up for his teammates. So, it's going to take a team effort. I thought the last time we played Idaho State, we did a decent job on Dylan. He was 6 for 15 from the field, but some of the periphery guys like Hollenbeck really got off. And so, you got to tighten up the hatches on that and understand that Darling's a high volume player, and with his level of usage, you're probably not going to stop him from getting shots at the rim, but you want to try to direct where they come from.
Yeah, you mentioned number 10, Connor Hollenbeck, a 6th-year guy. He had 22 points. He was the leading scorer in that matchup out in Pocatello. What do you guys have to do to slow down Hollenbeck today?
Well, we just got to play more solid defensively. He kind of got on a heater there and hit a couple tough ones early, which then tightened up our response at the 3-point line, and he did a good job attacking the basket where we did not do a good job keeping our body in front and being physical with them. So certainly something that we can control and have talked about. When people step up and have the game of their life against you, and you already have an all-conference player like Darling and a rebounding edge, it makes it tough to win. And so we've got to win all the margins where we can.
Outside of Darling, where does some of their offense run through? Who do you have to worry about away from him?
Well, really, their offense runs through Darling and transition, and then the offensive glass. I think we've done a good job defending their actions, but you got to get the ball at the end of the possession. You can't give up easy ones, and you can't let guys that average 7 or 8 points a game go for 20. And so we've just got to be more solid, more detailed, a little bit tougher, play together on offense.
All right, it's going to be a good one tonight. Bobcats and the Bengals, 2 of the charter members of the Big Sky Conference, matching up today in Bozeman. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we've got our starting lineups and tip-off between Montana State and Idaho State. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Grotto Meats, handcrafted charcuterie, fine butchery, and award-winning smoked meats, sustainably sourced in Montana, creating delicious new takes on classic favorites with local ingredients and a chef's ingenuity. Grotto Meats preserves the best of Montana in every bite. Visit the Grotto Meats retail shop located at 611 North Wallace in Bozeman. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also at local retailers and restaurants. Shop online at grottomeats.com, Instagram, and Facebook.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape for pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One-hand slam. That was a ham. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it up for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
It's Montana State and Idaho State today. The ball is tossed to the air. The tip is won by Idaho State, and we are underway between the Bobcats and the Bengals, who are separated by just a half game in the Big Sky standings with just 2.5 weeks to go in the regular season. Jake O'Neal works his way to the free throw line and knocks down a mid-range jumper, and it's 2-0. Idaho State. For the Bobcats today, Bryce Zephyr, Brandon Walker, Max Ogbonk Polo, Tyler Patterson, and Sam Lekalot are the starting five. Ogbonk Polo takes it over to the right wing. Handoff for Brandon Walker. Thrown out to the left wing for Zephyr. Then to Lekalot. Tries a three. That's no good. Rebound, Idaho State. It was Dylan Darling who had the rebound, who's joined by Jake O'Neal, Connor Hollenbeck, Isaiah Griffin, and Evan Otten in the starting lineup for Ryan Looney, the sixth-year head coach at Idaho State, who came from Point Loma and was replaced by Matt Logie at Point Loma before Coach Logie got here prior to last season. Into the lane, O'Neal kicks it out from the left wing. Griffin misses a three. The rebound won by Montana State, which is going to be one of the big keys tonight. We do owe you top of the hour ideas. Brandon Walker throws himself at the rim and misses the layup, but draws the foul. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
First free throw is up and good from Brandon Walker. I'm Keaton Gillogly with you from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, courtside at the Brick. Ryan Preby not with us today. He is over in Cheney celebrating his 2005 championship with Eastern Washington. Next free throw is good. First 2 points for the Bobcats come at the free throw line from Brandon Walker, who's been very good at the stripe as of late. Idaho State with the basketball to our left. Darling has it out the top, moves right to the wing, turns to the elbow, head up, throws over to O'Neal, back to Darling. He takes it down against Brandon Walker, leans in, got blocked out of bounds, and it's staying here with Idaho State. Good work by the Bobcats against Dylan Darling. Good defense without fouling, as Dylan Darling is one of the guys who takes the most free throws in the conference. He's got 159 attempts this year. Idaho State as a team, one of the more prolific free throw shooting teams in the conference. Dylan Darling lobs it out into the backcourt, hauled in on a hop by O'Neal, who now drives in and got blocked. Bryce Zephyr was there with a swat. It's out of bounds with 1.8 seconds left on the shot clock. Bobcats putting together a heck of a defensive trip down the floor this time. Darling lobs it in, tipped free at the top, and it is knocked loose into the backcourt, and it's a shot clock violation. That was a heck of a 30 seconds by the Bobcat defense. That's what they need to be doing against this Idaho State team that averages almost 75 points per game. Montana State moves from right to left. Zephyr bounces to Brandon Walker out of the right wing, lob into the post and a foul. As Sam Lecolot was heading to the rim, he got fouled. Connor Hollenbeck picks up his first. Hollenbeck, the sixth-year guy out of Rapid City, South Dakota, first year and final year at Idaho State. Bobcats to inbound for the baseline into Walker, makes the catch, rises and rips the rim. A two-hand slam from Brandon Walker. Well, that'll get this strong Saturday crowd up and moving early on tonight. Montana State leading 4-2 over Idaho State with 17:35 to go in the first half. Griffin has the dribble, pestered by Patterson. It's moved around the perimeter, a handoff to Dylan Darling. Blake Daberco has just checked in for Idaho State. Here's a pass, tipped and stolen. Tyler Patterson, the theft. The Bobcats move from right to left to the home whites. Brandon Walker working inside, throws it out. Patterson, bounce pass back to Walker, a little miscommunication. The Bobcats turn it over. Walker was cutting, and Patterson was passing to where Walker had just cut from. Darling goes into the post. Daberco against Zephyr. Turns, floats off the glass. No! Sam Lecolot with a rebound. That was good defense by Bryce Zephyr against the much bigger Daberco. Now Zephyr works his way down to the right block. Turns, hooks, left it short. Got his own rebound. Goes back up with the left hand and finishes with a big old flex. Oh, there's some life from Bryce Zephyr, who has the talent and the skill to be one of the leaders of this program. 6-2, Bobcats in front, 16:30 to go first half. Nice start tonight. Daberco, long pass out to the right wing for Darling. Trying to penetrate. Zephyr's all over him, sitting in his back pocket. Now Hollenbeck stops mid-post. The jumper blocked and fouled. Brandon Walker got Connor Hollenbeck on the forearm on the contest. First foul on Brandon Walker. All right, nice start here for Montana State defensively. They've held Idaho State to 1 of 5 from the field. Connor Hollenbeck's going to the line. Started his collegiate career at NDS College of Sciences in North Dakota. First free throw is no good. And then he went to Minot State. Played there for 3 years, a D2 program. Led the team in rebounding over there last year. And now playing his final year here at the D1 level. Knocks down that free throw. Hollenbeck splits the pair. Montana State 6, Idaho State 3. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go first half. An absolutely pivotal mid-February game tonight for Montana State, sitting at 6-7, trying to get hot and put together another late season magical run like they did last year, which sent them into the NCAA tournament. Walker skips it out to the right wing for Zephyr, down to the right baseline, spins, gets underneath, kick out. Walker with 5 to shoot, works the left baseline, doubled, goes up, and is fouled at the end of the shot clock. Brandon Walker gets bailed out and will head to the line when we come back after this break. Jackson Green picks up the foul, his first. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 15 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats lead the Bengals 6-3. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. The Bobcats trying to, first and foremost, solidify a bye through the first round of the Big Sky Tournament. If you do that, all you got to do is win 3 games in 3 days, and you get to extend your season past Boise, which Montana State has done each of the last 3 seasons, one of the greatest stretches in program history. 15 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the first half. The Bobcats lead the Bengals 6-3. Great defensive start for Montana State. They've held Idaho State to just 1 of 5 from the field so far today. Brandon Walker going to the line right now. He has hit his first 2 at the stripe tonight. Now his 3rd attempt at the free throw line today is short. Came in 11 of his last 16 the last 3 games. It's a key spot for Brandon Walker with everything he does in the front court and underneath the basket. Next free throw is good. Splits the pair. Staying hot from the stripe. He's 3 for 4 today. 15 minutes, 50 seconds to go first half. Bobcats leading 7-3. Idaho State with the ball. Just the 1 field goal make so far from Jake O'Neill. Hand off to Dylan Darling and stolen. Loose on the floor. Bodies diving for it. We got a whistle and a jump ball, and it's going to Montana State. Tyler Patterson elevating the defensive ceiling today. Tyler Patterson, one of the all-time greats, playing in his 154th career game today. And just a few left here at the brick. Only 2 after tonight. Brandon Walker hands it off for Tyler Patterson. Throws over to the right wing for Sam Lecolot. Lobs into the post. Walker makes the catch and lays it in. Beautiful dime by Sam Lecolot. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Bobcats with a 9-3 lead over the Bengals. 15 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half. Handoff for O'Neill. Given to Darling at the top. Works right around the screen. Pulls up with a long 2. That's no good. Rebound tipped and 1. Patterson tipped it to Zeph for the Bobcats. Urged out by Logie to keep the tempo up. Walker facing up. Long skip pass over to the right corner. Here's Ogbong Polo. His 3 ball is no good. Idaho State has the rebound. Darling with a head of steam going right to the rack. Got blocked and out of bounds. Great play by Tyler Patterson. He went straight up there. Darling, who loves to draw fouls, just flung himself at the rim, and he's a little slow to get up here. Taking a look at the replay, yeah, Patterson just stayed straight up. Darling went right at him. That's good officiating right there. Of course, Ryan Looney shouting about it, but look, I mean, if you go straight up, even if you jump, that's not a foul. And Darling is a guy who gets a lot of fouls, but he also just flings himself at the rim and will try to flop and draw those contacts and whistles a lot. So the inbounds pass is hauled in up at the top by A.J. Bergen, 4th-year player. Has spent his entire career at Idaho State. He hands it off at the top for Dylan Darling on the drive to the free throw line, pulls up with a jumper. That's no good. Falls off left. Ogbong Polo wins a contested rebound. Ahead to Pat McMahon getting his first minutes today. In the lane, leans in, lays it home. He went right into the belly of Dylan Darling and was not to be denied. First 2 points for Pat McMahon. B.J. Cawley into the game early today as well. 14 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half. And Ogbong Polo with a tip out of bounds off of Idaho State. It's Bobcat basketball. Timeout, Idaho State. Where has this Bobcat team been all season long? Boy, what an effort on the defensive side by Montana State today. Timeout called by Idaho State. It's a 30-second timeout. We're keeping it here. An 11-1 run for the Bobcats, and it's the defense that is showing up and showing out right now for Montana State. Pair of steals already. They have forced 4 turnovers in the first 6 minutes, and they're doing a nice job on the glass. They're +3 in the rebounding battle. The Bobcats spread the offense around a little bit. 3 different guys have accounted for the 4 field goal makes, and Idaho State is just 1 of 8 from the field, and they have put a wet blanket over the hot fire that Dylan Darling has had lit for the last couple of games. Darling over the last 4 is averaging 35 points per game. 35. Montana State with the ball. Pat McMahon down to the right elbow, backing it in, turns, hooks, good, and 1. Pat McMahon hopping around with a little swagger, and he'll go to the line for a chance of 3-point play. Connor Hollenbeck, who was the star performer for Idaho State in the first meeting, a 3-point loss for Montana State, just picked up his 2nd foul. So Hollenbeck now will have to take a seat. Pat McMahon playing with some juice. Tyler Patterson bringing it on the defensive side, and Brandon Walker's gotten off to a hot start with 7 early points. McMahon completes the 3-point play without touching the rim. And the Bobcats have a 14-3 lead, 14 minutes to go in the game. This, in the first 6 minutes, is the Montana State team we knew could come up. And Bryce Zephyr tagged for a quick foul up top on the pressure against Dylan Darling. Now, that was a great 6 minutes. We're at the 13:54 mark of the first half. But, boy, we got a lot of basketball left to be played. And we have seen good stretches from Montana State this year. The question is, can you continue it for 40 minutes and throughout an entire weekend? Green has it at the top. He hands it off for O'Neal. Picks up the dribble. Throws out at the top for Bergen. 5 to shoot. Bergen crossing to the free throw line. Knocked free. The Bobcats have another steal. They're 3rd in the early going. Up to the top. Ogbong Polo steps into a rhythm 3. Off the heel of the iron. No good. Idaho State the rebound. It was wide open, and Ogbong Polo just couldn't get it to fall. O'Neal out of the right wing. Knocked free by Zephyr. It's loose and picked up by Idaho State at the top of the key. So plenty of time on the shot clock. Darling down to the right block, pivoting, turns, floats, got it. Contested shot over his previous college roommate, Jabe Mullins. Dylan Darling and Jabe Mullins were teammates at Washington State University before they both transferred out of there last year when Dylan Riley went from Eastern to Washington State. Pat McMahon into traffic into the lane, throws it out for Ogbong Polo. And has his pocket picked. It's stolen by Jake O'Neal now in transition. He goes up, lays it short. Offensive rebound, swatted out of there. Get that out of my house. Max Ogbong Polo with a big-time block. Jed Miller, Brian Garacki into the game to join Jay Mullins, B.J. Coley, and Pat McMahon. 12 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats 14, Bengals 5. Inbounds pass from Dylan Darling. Lobs out to the left wing. Jackson Green hands it off. And Darling sets it up. He is an Iron Man playing in 36 minutes per game in Big Sky play. Darling to the elbow. Throws out to O'Neal. He was one of the newcomers, one of the transfers in this year. Up to Darling. Is picked up by Coley. Throws to the left corner and a shot clock violation. Boy, this Bobcat defense is swarming. They must be watching some women's basketball tape. I mean, they are dynamic right now. Great effort, great intensity, great energy. This is the edge you've got to be playing with, and this is a good harbinger of things hopefully to come with Montana coming through town on Saturday next week, and Montana's been playing with an edge as of late. Mullins, step back, left baseline jumper, no good. Idaho State the rebound. Montana State leading by 9, 12 minutes to go first half. Around the perimeter into the right corner. Bergen drives on Miller, gets underneath, missed the reverse layup. Pat McMahon the rebound. The Bobcats really cleaning the glass today. Out to the left corner, Mullins pumps the 3, steps inside, down to the block, floats it up with the left hand, off the glass and in. Took a bump, went to the turf, and still was able to finish. Jay Mullins, his first 2 points today. He's been averaging 15 a game over the last 5. 11:35 left. Montana State leading by 11. We're in the first half. Bergen hands off for Dylan Darling. Picked up by Jed Miller. Darling dribbles right to the free throw line. Stops, pops, jumper, short. Rebound Darling at the free throw line. Gets inside, lays it up short again. Another fight for the rebound, and Brian Garacki comes out of a wave of black jerseys with a basketball. Montana State sets it up with an 11-point lead. 11 minutes to go first half. Down to B.J. Cawley. Skip out to Miller into the left corner. Here's Pat McMahon. Backing down, working on Bergen. Into the lane now. Spins and banks it off the glass, but no, they're going to wave it off. A foul beforehand. Good call. A.J. Bergen picks up the foul. 15th foul in Idaho State. The Bobcats will be inbounding when we come back. Montana State playing at their ceiling right now for the first 9 minutes. 10:57 to go in the first half. Bobcats 15, Bengals 5. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. 10 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats leading the Bengals 16-5. And Darius Brown is here, taking a break out of the G League. They're on the NBA All-Star break right now. And a Big Sky champ in his lone year at Montana State before he went to Utah State, taking in the sights and sounds from the front row behind the Bobcat bench today. Serving all your garage door needs, DoorTech is raising the door on quality. 10:57 to go in the first half. Montana State leads 16-5. Idaho State has begun just 2 of 14 from the field. Inbounds pass coming from Montana State on the baseline. Jay Mullins gets it into Jed Miller. He throws up to Brian Garacki and around to Pat McMahon. Holding out on the right wing, gives it up to B.J. Cawley. Handoff for Jay Mullins. He's open. The right wing three. Book it. Jay Mullins staying hot. Getting started early tonight. Bobcats leading 19-5. 10:40 to go first half. And a whistle, a foul, away from the ball. I think it's on Montana State. It is, and it is Jed Miller who picks up his first. Hello to our boy Daniel Sally, tuned in right now, busting back up from Idaho State after the women got their win today to go to 14-0 in Big Sky play. What a year it's been for Coach Binford. Handoff underneath, Green blocked. B.J. Cawley says, not in my house. And the Bobcats race the other way. Pat McMahon hands it off. Here's Brian Garacki. Give it to Jay Mullins. Up to Cawley. Thrown to the left wing. Here's Miller. Surveying. Picks up the dribble. Gives to Mullins at the top of the key. Works his way down. Spins into the lane. Handoff for Cawley. Cut to the rack. Lost it out of bounds. Staying with Montana State. And 8 seconds on the shot clock. 10-10 to go first half. Bobcats 19. Bengals 5. Idaho State 2 of 15 from the field so far. Miller to inbound. Lob in, caught by Cawley. Contested catch, kick out. Miller, right corner three. Too strong. Rebound Idaho State. Miller's been quiet from the three-point line. He's just 1 of 9 for the last 5 games before that miss. To the mid-post, Griffin. And it poked out of his hands by McMahon. Recovered again. Poked out of bounds again. And now McMahon talking a little bit. And he got teed. That's a quick technical, but hard to argue it. It's all right. If they're going to call it that way, they're going to call it that way. So Logie takes the explanation. You can't turn and bark right in a guy's face like that. A pretty textbook, but you do like that kind of juice from Pat McMahon as Dylan Darling goes to the line, and the free throw is good. Now, you don't want that to get them going. But, yeah, you can't walk up and yell at somebody in their face like that. McMahon understands. Next free throw is good. Although, I don't know any Bobcat fans that are going to be upset about Pat McMahon bringing some fire and juice. And that's the officials making sure they've got control of this thing, because that's the kind of thing, if you don't officiate early, it will compound on itself and it will get chippy. So McMahon will take a seat, but again, you love the fire we're seeing from Patty Mac today. Patrick McMahon bringing some juice with 5 early points on 2 of 2 shooting. Idaho State with the basketball. They hit their first field goal attempt of the day. They are 1 for 14 since. Up to the top, here's a 3. That is good. A.J. Bergen pouring it in from the top, a 36% three-point shooter. 9-point lead for Montana State, 9:30 to go first half. Bobcats with the ball to our left. They're in the home whites, Idaho State in the road blacks. Out to the right wing, here's a 3. In and out, and back in again. Jay Mullins hitting another 3-ball. Having a great start again today. He's got 8. Bobcats back up by 12. 9:05 to go first half. This is everything Montana State was supposed to be coming into the year. Darling goes up to Bergen. He tries a contested 3. Too strong. Brandon Walker the rebound. Great box out by Brian Garacki. Thrown ahead. Lecklot cherry picking. Up and in with a right-handed layup. A long assist by Brandon Walker. 2 points for Sam Leckalot with just 2 games left to play in the brick after today. And a foul underneath as Dylan Darling went spinning. And he shakes out his left hand. Jed Miller just picked up his second foul. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, they've been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. The free throw by Darling is no good. He's hurting right now. That left hand is not right. He has played so many minutes. He's been an absolute grinder. He's played so hard this year, and he is fighting it right now. Darling back to the line. Couple of dribbles, bends the knees, releases, and puts it in. Yeah, he's a left-handed shooter, and he is really favoring that left hand right now. Dylan Darling, just 1 field goal make so far, 5 total points. Bobcats with the ball, leading 24-11, 8:35 to go in the first half, and Darling's going right over to the trainer right now. If they don't have Dylan Darling, they don't have much. Brandon Walker hands it off for Jay Mullins at the top. Thrown out to Leckalot. Turns, spins, into the lane, rises, got blocked, and Idaho State has the rebound. Here comes Bergen with a head of steam. Moves left around a screen to the elbow, fires underneath, Daberco lays it up, got it to go off the glass. Heck of a finish by Blake Daberco, community college transfer, who grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska. 8 minutes remaining in the first half, 24-13, Montana State leads Idaho State. Bobcats trying to go to 9-3 at home in Big Sky, trying to go to 10-2 at home this year. Zephyr misses a right corner 3, and Idaho State has the rebound. Again, Montana State right now 9-2 at home this year. O'Neal, Euro step, kick out, left corner 3. That's rimming, no. Leckalot and Walker fight for the rebound and lose it, and Idaho State gets it back. That was just poor communication underneath. Griffin gets underneath, lost his balance, throws it up, no good. Brian Garacki has the rebound. Hectic last few moments, and the Bobcats are going to slow it down and take a deep breath. Zephyr hands off for Leckalot, up to Garacki. Around to the left wing. Zephyr's got it again. Zephyr down in the left corner. Working out on the left wing, 9 to shoot. Down to Walker, left baseline, doubled. Kick out Leckalot. Underneath to the right block for Mullins. 3 to shoot. Mullins, step back, 17-footer. No. Late in the shot clock, Bobcats unable to get a clean shot off. An 11-point lead for MSU with 6:55 to go first half. Idaho State slows it down. A.J. Bergen setting it up. San Diego native. Hand off at the top, then to Bergen. Down to Daberco. Gets underneath and blocked again. Picked up by Green, lays it in. Brandon Walker had the block, but the Bobcats could not pick up that loose ball. Jackson Green with his first 2 points. Montana State now has 6 blocks in this ball game. Zephyr moves left, slows on the wing. Behind the back dribble, bounce pass to Mullins. Out to Walker, 10 to shoot. Walker bent over the bounce with 6. Handoff for Lekalot, 5. Over to Mullins, 4. Catch and shoot 3. Left it short. Lekalot saves it across the baseline, and then the shot clock expires. That'll take us to a break. 6:04 to go in the first half. Montana State leading Idaho State 24-15. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
At Montana's Ribbon Shop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. A great night to share some Rocky Mountain hospitality is Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. We've got Cat Chat at the Ribbon Shop House. We will go with Kaylee Chirick on the women's side, so our first opportunity to talk to Chirick on Cat Chat, the freshman from Roberts, Montana. And to be determined for the men. I don't know who we're going to have on yet. Jay Mullins has 8 points tonight. Walker has 7. McMahon has 5. Dylan Darling is back in there after favoring his left hand. He's a little banged up. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Bobcats leading the Bengals 24-15, trying to split the season series. Underneath, tip free, recovered by Idaho State. Working down to the right block, Hollenbeck, hop stop, kick out. O'Neal slices to the lane, picks up the dribble, turns around with a jumper, and banks it high off the glass. Well, you'll give that shot up. That's a heck of a knockdown by Jake O'Neal, who transferred in from the College of Idaho before this year. Over to Bryce Zephyr on the left wing. 5:30 to play in the first half. Zephyr gets inside, adjusts in the air, can't finish down on the left block. O'Neal with a good contest, and Idaho State comes racing the other way. Around to the left wing, into the left corner. Here's a 3. That's good. Connor Hollenbeck playing with the 2 personal fouls, knocking it down from deep. He's a 6'7" forward who's shooting 43% from downtown. Bobcats lead cut to 4. It's been as much as 14. 5 minutes remaining first half. Patterson steps to his right, lets it fly. It's good. Tyler Patterson, one of the enduring images of the 20s. Knocking down 3 balls at the brick. 7-point lead for Montana State. 4:45 to go in the first half. Daberco hands off for Bergen on the right wing. Chikadiduka is checked in, by the way, for the Bobcats. Out to Darling, slicing into the lane. Handoff underneath. Hollenbeck doubled, now left alone. Turns up with a hook shot, airballed it. Fight for the ball out of bounds, and it's staying here with Idaho State. It was an interesting one. Naduka definitely touched it. Kind of looked like he knocked it off the hand of one of the Bengals players, but the official was right there. 5 seconds to shoot. Darling, inbounds, caught at the top, over to the left wing. Bergen has to jack up a three. That's no good. It's out of bounds, and it'll be Bobcat basketball. Montana State basketball presented by your locally owned McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food. Order from anywhere and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. 4:15 to go in the first half. 27-20, Montana State leading. They've been leading for most of the night. Pat McMahon out on the right wing, takes it down to the right baseline, back it in, posting up into the lane, turns, righty hook, way too high off the glass, and Idaho State has the rebound. A little bit out of control on that shot. Over to the left wing, Hollenbeck has it. Lob into the post, O'Neal makes the catch, doubled, and has it taken away. Pat McMahon pokes it out, and Tyler Patterson picks up the loose change. Montana State into the front court, Zephyr spins into the lane, drop off for Naduka, reaches up, nearly got fouled, and Max Ogbongpolo leapt up in the air with a little tip on the left block and knocks it home. Max Ogbongpolo with his first 2 points. That was a helter-skelter attempt at the rim. Inside, Hollenbeck against McMahon, goes up, got it home. Boy, they are letting these boys go to work. Ooh, and Hollenbeck just barked into Ogbongpolo's face. The officials missed that one after they gave Pat McMahon a technical earlier for the same thing. Zephyr driving a kick. McMahon wide open. No good. And then a foul on the floor. Bunch of bodies all just draped over each other. Where's the foul going? Let's see. No signal yet. I don't even know if it's on Montana State or Idaho State. Boy, this thing is getting physical now. Well, we got to go to a break. We'll sort it out in the timeout. 3:12 to go in the first half. Montana State leads Idaho State 29-22. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites is a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics, the Montana State Alumni Association. The Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. So before we went to break, we were trying to figure it out as we returned to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. It was Chikadiduka who picked up the foul. We mentioned, too, Connor Hollenbeck was barking in the face of one of the Bobcats, which was the exact same thing that got Pat McMahon a technical foul a little bit earlier. Logie had a conversation with the officials. It seemed cordial, reading some of the body language, reading lips. It seemed like the official was saying, I'll go check in on it. 3:12 to go first half. Montana State leading 29-22. Testy day. We're in mid-February. Tempers are running hot. Idaho State looking for a split through the Treasure State. And Idaho State has the ball on the floor for the Bobcats. It is Zephyr, Patterson, Ogbong-Polo, McMahon, and Colley. Darling goes up to the top for Bergen. Back to Darling. Bounce pass underneath, mid-post left side. Backing it in, O'Neal, backing in, turns, hooks from the middle of the lane, missed the shot, offensive rebound, tip free, and then a foul. And it's B.J. Colley who picks up the foul, which you'd rather have because otherwise it would have been McMahon. That would have been McMahon's second. Bobcat basketball brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. Evan Otten going to the line. We haven't said his name much today. One of the best shot blockers in the conference. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. 6'11" forward from Oregon. Redshirted here last year. He's a redshirt freshman. Got 55 total blocks this year. Although Montana State has been the star in terms of rim protection today. They have 6 blocks as a team already. Otten puts it up, puts it home. First 2 points for Evan Otten, who averages 6 points, 6 boards, and has racked up 55 total blocks. 2:45 to go first half. Bobcats leading the Bengals 29-24. Handoff for Mullins, turns the corner from the top, picked up at the elbow, down to B.J. Colley, and it's taken away. It was Evan Otten reaching around and knocking it free. Darling picked up by Colley, crosses over, backs it out. Throws the top for O'Neal. Back to Darling. Works his way inside. Gets down underneath. Missed it. Offensive board put back, no, but then a foul. And Bryce Zephyr has now picked up his second. So Idaho State will go to the line. Pat McMahon will check back in. Not only is dairy delicious, but it also promotes health as well. Just 3 servings of dairy a day improves overall wellness and may reduce the risk of developing some chronic diseases. It's a quick, convenient, and economic way to make sure you are staying strong and healthy on and off the field. First free throw is good. McMahon and Walker into the game. Zephyr and Colley to the bench. So it is McMahon, Walker, Mullins, Patterson, Ogbong-Polo. So much depth on this Bobcat roster this year. Next free throw is good. 4 early points for Evan Otten, who's only 54% from the stripe this year, but he's 4 for 4 today. Bobcats into the front court. MSU leading by only 3. The lead was as much as 14 earlier in this first half. This is a crucial now 2 minutes to end the half. Tipped out of bounds, staying here with Montana State going from right to left. 29-26, Montana State leads. Idaho State hit the first shot of the game. That was their only lead today. Mullins against Darling. Takes it to the top. Turns to the elbow. Bounce to Walker. Cuts inside. Draws the foul. Missed the shot, but will go to the line for 2. That was a nice pass by Jay Mullins. Foul is on Jackson Green. That's his second. Even though they've let a lot of contact go, there is some foul trouble on both sides. Hollenbeck and Green with 2 apiece for Idaho State. Jed Miller, Bryce Zephyr with 2 fouls apiece for Montana State, so that has forced Mullins back into the point guard position. The free throw is good for Brandon Walker. Walker's now 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Next shot is good. 9 points for Brandon Walker today. 5 for 6 from the free throw line. That has steadily improved for Brandon Walker. 1:45 to go in the first half. Can Montana State maintain the lead and push it out to a couple possessions? Walker knocks it free. He's in transition to the cup. One hand slam. Clip it. Put it on the highlight reel. Brandon Walker coming back, sailing across the brick floor. Wow. That was a slam. A big old one-hand hammer on the right side after it was his defense that turned into the fast break. A one-man show for Brandon Walker. The Bobcats lead 33-26. 1:20 to go in the first half. Darling throws out to the right wing. O'Neal has it punted. And right into the lap of his mother. Pat McMahon kicked it, and it hopped gently into the hands of his mom. That was nice. 76 seconds to go in the first half. Idaho State to inbound. Caught by Darling. Drives on Mullins. Down to the left block. Tapers off. Good defense. Darling in the left corner. Works his way into the lane. Spins. Goes up. Missed the shot. Putback is no good. Green, the third attempt, is good. That offensive rebounding is deadly for Idaho State. 4 points for Jackson Green. And a timeout called by Montana State with 52 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats 33, Bengals 28. This game is brought to you in part by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how, workplace safety. You're naked without it. More at safemt.com. Montana State shooting 48% from the field. They're 3 of 10 from the three-point line, all three-point field goals, sponsored by Wendy's. Idaho State 27% from the field today. They're knocking down 44% of their shots in Big Sky play this year. So the Bobcats doing a tremendous job defensively. They've got 5 steals, 6 blocks, 4 fast break points today. Bobcats +4 in terms of paint to the point. That was an issue for the Bobcats against Idaho State earlier this year. Idaho State had 36 points in the paint when MSU lost by 3 over there. Bobcats inbound the basketball coming out of their timeout. Handoff for Brandon Walker out of the left wing. Works his way down to the left block. Double team down to Ogbong Polo by himself, and an easy lay-in. 4 points for Max Ogbong Polo. That was a beautifully designed play. And Ogbong Polo with the backdoor cut had one of his easier 2-point buckets of the year. Cats back up 35-28 after Idaho State had cut it to a single possession. About a 10-second differential between the clocks. Darling with 10 to shoot. Has it at the top. Throws to Bergen. Back to Darling, left wing, 5 to shoot. Darling into the lane, puts up a contested shot. No good. McMahon the rebound. 10 seconds left in the half. MSU leading 35-28. McMahon ahead of steam, gets into the lane and draws the foul. It'll be the 7th team foul on Idaho State. They're going to say he was in the act of shooting. They do. I think they got away with that. So Pat McMahon will go to the line with 4.5 seconds left in the half. So Montana State built up a 14-point lead. Idaho State battled back to within 3. McMahon, the first of 2. No good. Bobcats now 6 of 8 from the free throw line today. Hey, Bobcat fans, your support through the Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. Next free throw is good. McMahon splits the pair. He's got 6 points tonight. 4.5 seconds left in the half. Idaho State will go the length of the floor. Bengals trailing 36-28. Bergen to inbound, gets it into Darling. He turns the corner, down the left sideline across the half-court line with 1. Rises and fires for 3. That's no good, and they called a foul on Pat McMahon. And he turns to his bench and says, there's no way. I did not touch him. I couldn't see it. Ogbong Polo telling him he didn't touch him. And they're going to review to see if it happened before the whistle or before the buzzer. All right, I'm looking at the replay right now. McMahon rose up to contest. Oh, he did not touch him. Boy, the official really anticipated that. It did happen before the horn, but you can't go back and overturn it. They're going to review it. But for the time.
I hate that call. That's absolute shit.
But at the time, I mean, yeah, it wasn't a foul. He didn't touch it. I just saw the replay. One more look. Yeah. So they're going to look at it. They're going to assess the foul, and Darling's going to get 3 free throws. And Pat McMahon just picked up his second foul.
Okay, so do we have...
Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/Champs Kids Club. But Montana State doing a great job on the defensive side through one half of play. 26.5% from the field for Idaho State, 2 of 6 from 3, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. They're showing the replay on the board. That's got the crowd hot and bothered for a good reason. So they're looking to see when the foul occurred. And they got to look at when the arm went up because, again, there was no contact there. Now they're syncing up the two video feeds right now. Montana State leading 36-28, but one of the best free throw shooters in the conference is about to go to the line for 3. Tough break. It was a bad call. It was really obvious, and they're reviewing the tape and put it up on the video board, so it's going to feel worse than it is. But, I mean, it's going to be a 3-point foul. And the Bluebirds rein in. Rightfully so. Tough break, got to hang with them. Sometimes it's a bad call. One more look at the replay up on the video board. No contact, pulled the arm back. Yeah, there's a good 6 inches between his hand and the elbow. And the Bluebirds are fluttering. So with 0.9 seconds on the clock, Darling will get 3 unearned free throws. First is good. Darling will get 2 more. You can't let it snowball. Let the crowd get hot and bothered about it, rightfully so. That free throw is good. Darling's got 2. Yeah, it was crazy watching it in slow motion. The official really did anticipate. He raised his hand before McMahon kind of got there, and he pulled his arm back. McMahon did. Logan keep working the officials, but nothing's going to change. Logan now just running through the laundry list of grievances. The free throw is no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and Idaho State will inbound with 0.2 seconds on the clock. So can't do anything with 0.2. And Bobcats leading by 6. And they're going to double check the clock. And this will bring more Bluebirds across. So they're going to double check the clock after that thing got tipped out of bounds. See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with the patient experience, second to none. Experienced doctors at Advanced Technology, Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Montana State Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. Feisty finish to the first half. We'll see if Montana State can keep that momentum going into the second half.
This is all we have. There's no other angle. Okay.
36-30 Montana State in front as they continue to review it and double checking the clock, currently with 0.2. Next up for Montana State, presented by Vance Thompson Vision. 7 p.m. against Montana on Saturday. The Bobcats will be taking on the hottest team in the league right now. Northern Colorado did lose today on the road at Portland State. Bobcats still have to go to Portland. And they're going to put 0.3 on the clock. So it does mean they can tap it, but you can't catch it and shoot it. Tap only. Idaho State will inbound. Everybody getting into it on the officials now. All right. Darling will inbound. B.J. Cawley will guard the inbounder. 6-point lead for the Cats at the half. 0.3 seconds on the clock. Darling lobs it in. Green tips it, and the first half comes to a close. Montana State leads Idaho State 36-30 at the half. Dynamite defensive performance in that first half, holding Idaho State to just 27% from the field. We're taking a break at the half. Bobcats 36, Bengals 30. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana.
Cheering on the baby race right now. The youngsters are pedaling along the hardwood, and one of them is nearly lapping the field right now, although they just stopped like 6 inches from their mother to try to win the award. Now they turn around, and she will win. That's good stuff. Oh, no, she stopped just behind the half-court line. Anyway, Bobcats up by 6. MSU shooting 50% in the first half, 3 of 10 from 3, all three-point field goals sponsored by Wendy's, and 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Idaho State 26% from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 10 of 13 from the free throw line. 8 turnovers for Idaho State, 4 for Montana State. Bobcats have 11 points off those 8 turnovers in the first half. The Bobcats are -9 on the glass. Now, part of that is all the misses, but 9 offensive rebounds for Idaho State through that first half. That's kind of what's keeping them in it right now. The Bobcats elsewhere, too, they also have 6 blocks in that first half. So impressive stuff for Montana State in that regard. Brandon Walker leading the way. Walker's got 11 points today. Jay Mullins has 8. He stays hot, 3 of 6 from the field. 6 points from Pat McMahon, who's also picked up a technical for barking in the face of an opponent. Hogwong Polo 4, Patterson 3, and like a lot 2. Dylan Darling has 7 points to lead to Idaho State, but he's 1 of 11 from the field. He's 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Hollenbeck has 6. Green, Ott, and O'Neill with 4. Daberco with 2. Isaiah Griffin, who put up 21 points on Thursday night, is scoreless in the ball game so far tonight. All right, we are taking a break. Plenty more to get to at the half. Montana State leading Idaho State 36-30. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Montana State leading 36-30 over Idaho State at the break today. Bobcats jumped out to an early 14-point lead, and then Idaho State battled back. They made it a 3-point contest before the Bobcats had a nice rush at the end of the first half, and then Idaho State drew a phantom foul on a Dylan Darling 3, and he was able to knock down his free throws at the end to make it a 6-point game. So that's where we stand right now. The McDonald's delivery of the half presented by your locally owned and operated McDonald's of Montana. So far, Brandon Walker, 3 assists in that first half, all sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Is someone you know taking dangerous shots? Opioid addiction can start quietly and take over fast. Know the signs so you can protect your friends and family and connect them to help. Find out how it helps save lives. MT.org. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll get you caught up on some other Big Sky scores and beyond. We'll tell you how the women did as well today as the Bobcats lead it here 36-30 at halftime against Idaho State. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table, but right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
It's halftime. The Bobcats lead the Idaho State Bengals 36-30 at the break. All right, before we get you caught up on some of the other Big Sky scores and how the women fared today, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly with you from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, and we are about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half, with the Bobcats leading 36-30 against the Bengals. Meanwhile, the women already won down in Pocatello today, winning 74-60. With their steals total in this game, another 17 steals today. They're up to 373 on the year, which is second in the nation and the most in a single season in program history. It's their 17th win, which matches the program record set in the 87-88 season and the 19 and 20 season as well. So big stuff from the Cats on the women's side with a 74-60 win and a 14-0 record. Elsewhere around the Big Sky today, a couple of interesting finals already in the books. Portland State defeats Northern Colorado 82-71. Northern Colorado falls to 11-3 in Big Sky play, so they are now a half game back of Montana, which hosts Weber State later tonight. Northern Arizona defeats Sac State 65-61. Trent McLaughlin had 20 points. The Lumberjacks right behind the Bobcats, trying to earn that first round bye. Idaho and Eastern Washington heading down the stretch, tied at 73-all with 30 seconds to go in that ball game. So that's what's going on elsewhere around the Big Sky today. Nationally, in action right now, number 11 Michigan State trailing at Illinois at half, 41-37. Number 1 versus number 2 matched up in Tuscaloosa. Number 1 Auburn beat number 2 Alabama 94-85, and number 6 Houston defeated number 13 Arizona 62-58 to go to 13-1 in the Big 12 and remain first place in their conference. All right, we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half between Montana State and Idaho State. Bobcats 36, Bengals 30. Back after this, the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. We are getting ready to go for Montana State and Idaho State in the second half. Bobcats leading the Bengals 36-30. The Bobcats had their 11-game winning streak in the all-time series snapped in the last meeting back on January 16th with a 70-67 loss. Idaho State opened up a 14-point lead in that ball game, and then the Bobcats battled back close, but couldn't quite get it over the edge after a late shooting drought. Cost them that 3-point defeat. 212th meeting between these two programs. They spent a long time in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference together, and then both charter members of the Big Sky Conference. We are less than a month away from Starch Madness, the Big Sky tournament in Boise. We'll get started in mid-March. Remember, the bottom 4 teams have to play in the first round. The winners of those games have to play the top 2 seeds, which then whoever wins those games get a day off, as that would be the day that the quarterfinals would begin. And for Montana State trying to secure a first round bye, they entered the day in position for that, but there was a lot of basketball left to be played, with the Cats sitting at 6-7, Idaho State at 6-6. 1 game week next week, with the Montana Grizzlies coming through town for that doubleheader on Saturday. All right, here we go. Bobcats in the home whites, Bengals in the road blacks. And at Montana State, we'll start on defense, Idaho State with the basketball, and they will go from right to left. Griffin inbounds it, and we are underway with the Bengals taking it into the front court. And a mistake on the clock. So a quick reset. All right, we're getting there. Steady as it goes. All right, here we go. Idaho State inbounds, and now we are really rolling in the second half. Bengals with the ball to our left. It's thrown up to the top. Hollenbeck hands it off at the top of the key. Griffin on the drive, cut off. His pass knocked free, recovered by Idaho State, 9 to shoot. Now Darling with the touch out of the right wing, 6. Darling right around the screen, picked up by Walker, 4. Those out to O'Neal, 2. Jacks up a 3, partially blocked, shot clock violation. That is how you started on the defensive side of the second half. Idaho State on the move from left to right. Bounce pass down to Brandon Walker on the right baseline. Backing in and backing down. And it's not free. Idaho State coming the other way after the steal. Darling ahead of steam, lays it up, good. Then he complains about not getting a call. Dylan Darling now with 9 points. He will bark and bicker a lot. 19 minutes to go in the game. Bobcats up by 4. Patterson throws to Leckel out on the left wing. Giving to Ogbong Polo at the top. Ogbong Polo with the dribble, throws to the left corner. Zephyr rips the left baseline, 10 to shoot. Now spins inside, gets underneath, on the right block now, 5. Puts up a reverse layup and puts some English on it, off the glass and in. Bryce Zephyr now with 4. 38-32, Bobcats in front, 18:30 to go in the game. Hollenbeck gives it to Griffin. Over to Otten on the left wing. Then to Darling. Steps up, wide open left wing 3 is good. That's a defensive breakdown. Can't leave him open like that. Darling has his 3rd field goal and first 3. 3-point lead for the Cats. Walker at the free throw line. Backing it down to the right block. Puts it up off the glass, way too strong. Rebound Idaho State. All right, the Bengals within a possession now. Darling inside, lays it, no. Zephyr had the defense, and then Darling gets up, arguing, looking like a petulant child. Late to get back. Out to the right corner, here's Walker. His 3 is short. Idaho State with a rebound. All right. Some bricks laid on both sides to start the second half. O'Neal hands it off for Hollenbeck. Goes over to Griffin. Given on the right wing. Here's Darling around a screen and draws a foul. Brandon Walker reaching into the cookie jar. Second foul on Walker. 17:22 to go in the ball game. Bobcats leading the Bengals 38-35. Idaho State will inbound underneath their own basket.
Bryce, back up. Back up, Bryce.
Darling to inbound. Overhead pass out to O'Neal on the left wing. Moves right to the top of the key. Around a screen. Tries to turn the corner. Picked up by Walker. Gets himself into the lane. Turns with a hook shot, and it's good. Crafty finish by Jake O'Neal from the middle of the paint. He's got 6. Averages 13 a game. Averages a double-double. Zephyr drives and kicks. Lecolot pumps the 3. Drives the baseline. Gets underneath and kicks it out. Walker open. Left wing 3. No good, and a foul underneath. Jake O'Neal fighting with Sam Lecolot. And the foul, is actually on Hollenbeck, and that's his 3rd. It's a big call. Thought it was O'Neal, but yeah, it's Hollenbeck. Oh, there it is, yeah. Not much. Bobcats inbound. Walker accepts the inbounds pass, gets it out to Zephyr, pumps the 3, works the baseline. Guarded by Darling. Backing it in and backing down. Whistle and an offensive foul. Darling went down, timed it with the bump. Yeah, not much. He just flopped it. Surprised they gave him that call. 3rd foul on Zephyr. 16:40 to go in the game. Bobcats leading 38-37. A 14-point lead is nearly evaporated. Daverco at the top, bounce pass underneath. Walker knocks it free, and the Bobcats have a steal. Zephyr picks up the loose ball, throws ahead, knocked out of bounds, staying here with Montana State. Another steal for Montana State. That's their 5th. Make it their 6th. 6 steals, 6 blocks. Bobcats will inbound, leading by 1. 16:25 to go in the game. Zephyr lobs it out, and Ogbong Polo rises to make the catch on the right wing. Give it to Walker at the top. Give it to Ogbong Polo, right wing. He tries the 3 ball, and it's good. Max Ogbong Polo finds the bottom of the cup. Topside 3 from Ogbong Polo. Montana State up 41-37. And Darling lost it. It's out of bounds. Staying here with Idaho State. He was just looking around like the whole world is against him. Zephyr to the bench. Walker to the bench. Mullins and McMahon on. Jackson Green tries to get in for a late sub. Got in too late. 16 minutes to go in the game. Cats up 41-37 against the Bengals. Darling has it at the top. Crosses over. Works his way to the elbow against Ogbong Polo. Has to get rid of it. Out to O'Neal. Turns. Runner up. Rimming. No. Rebound. O'Neal back up and in. That's what it feels like sometimes. You just kind of throw it up at the rim if you're Idaho State and then go crash the glass. It's not always about making the shot. Sometimes it's about just having a makeable rebound. 41-39, Montana State leads. Patterson off a screen, turns to the free throw line, throws out to McMahon. Works down to the right baseline. Shuffles into the paint, turns to the left shoulder. Has to throw it out to Mullins. 7 to shoot. To Lecolot, 5. McMahon now, 4. McMahon at the top, 3. McMahon crosses over, step back, left wing, 3. No good. Rebound, Idaho State. Idaho State down 2 with the ball. Hollenbeck gets down to the left block, gets underneath, works along the baseline out to the right corner. Trying to back it in and back it down. Working on Patterson. Shoulder to chest. Turns left shoulder. Righty hook shot is short. Patterson with the defense. Ogbong Polo the rebound. Cats into the front court. Up 2. Ogbong Polo to the rack. Finger roll is good. A light smooch off the window by Max Ogbong Polo. 4-point lead for Montana State. 14:45 to go in the game. Darling takes it across to the top of the key. Step back, topside 3. No good. Rebound and a foul. It was an Idaho State rebound. Daberco got it. Then Patterson reached in and is tagged for his first foul. Let's step aside from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 14 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the ball game. Bobcats leading the Bengals 43-39. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Know what's below. Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana811.org. 14:33 to go in the ball game. Montana State leads it 43-39 against Idaho State tonight. Just a colossal game in the standings today. Eastern Washington has won. They led that game for a total of 7 seconds, winning 75-73 against Idaho. Eastern's now won 4 in a row. So if Montana State wins today, they would go to 7-6, which would put them in 4th place. A game back of Portland State, which is in 3rd place. If they lose, then they would slip down to 6-8. They would fall behind Idaho and Eastern Washington and be at a tie with NAU, which would put them in position to have to play in the first round. So they could be anywhere between 4th place and a day 1 game in Boise, depending on how this one plays out tonight. O'Neal out of the right wing. Hands it off into the right corner for Darling. It's a 43-39 lead for the Cats with 14:20 to go in the game. Only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Sam Leckel at the block. Making the most of his last minutes at the break. Boy, he got up on top of that one and dented the floor. Another big-time block for Montana State. Inbound out to the left wing. Darling against Miller. Turns into the lane. Puts up a contested jumper. No good. And the Bobcats win the rebound. Montana State coming the other way. Darling complaining down the floor even though he didn't get touched. Ogbong Polo into the lane. Pulls up the Big Sky logo. It's good. Take it off the board. And a foul on Sam Leckelot underneath as he was boxing out. First foul on Leckelot. Taking a look at it. Yeah, I don't like that call. All right, Idaho State with the basketball. 43-39, Montana State leads. 14 minutes to go in the game. Handoff out of the left wing. Coming up to the top of the key for O'Neal. Give it to Darling, way out high. Darling bent over the bounce. Bobcats have still been very good defensively. Idaho State under 30% from the field. Out to O'Neal. His right wing three is no good. And Jed Miller wins the rebound. Throws ahead. McMahon to the rack. And he's fouled from behind. And then O'Neal goes barking down the sideline saying he was wrong. Bobcat bench sitting down. Pat McMahon had that block from behind, but he will be heading to the line for 2. McMahon, I think, kind of frustrated here. This game is getting hot. Oh, that was a lot of ball, too. McMahon's free throw is good. Well, I hope you don't have IBS because it is a spicy game tonight. Bobcats 44, Bengals 39, 13:38 to go in the game. The Big Sky tournament is going to be bananas. It's going to be great. Next free throw, no good. Idaho State the rebound. 5-point lead for the Bobcats. 13:35 to go. We're having fun. Good crowd again tonight. Bobcats among the league leaders in attendance once again this season. Over 3,000 per game during conference action. Darling down to the right block, lays it in. So Dylan Darling continues to add to his night. He's up to 14. 7 in the first, 7 in the second. Miller to the right wing, takes it down to the right baseline, throws out Mullins. He's wide open for three. That's no good. Rebound tip, foul on Idaho State. Sam Leckelot boxing out, drawing the foul. It's on A.J. Bergen, his second. Third team foul on Idaho State. Bobcats have 4. Good sportsmanship by Bergen. It was kind of a high hack, but went over and apologized. Miller lobs it in, and Mullins makes a contested catch over Darling. Takes it down inside the lane. Picks it up, handoff, Leckelot to the rack, lays it up. No! Fight for the rebound, won by Idaho State. Left it 1 biscuit short. Bengals setting it up, trailing by 3. Just under 13 minutes to go in the game. A game the Bobcats have got to have. Hollenbeck down to the right block, runs into a double team, picks up the dribble. Bounce pass out to the right wing. Bergen throws up to O'Neal and around to Darling to reset with 10 to shoot. Dylan Darling putting together a case for Big Sky Player of the Year. Up to the top, over to the right wing. Back to Darling. 4 to shoot. Darling against Leckelot 2. Pump fake to the elbow. The jumper is up. No good. Ogbong to the rebound. Great 30 seconds of defense by the Bobcats, and they clean the rebound. Ogbong Polo has the dribble, turned down a 3. Takes it inside, down to the left block. Fall away, Jay. No! And then a foul. Couple of bodies tangled up there with Sam Leckelot right in the mix as usual. And Jackson Green just picked up his 3rd foul. Green and Leckelot were tied up in a knot underneath. Leckelot went down hard. And the warning, coach's block warning on Idaho State for Coach Looney. A Bronx cheer from the crowd. Everybody wants it. Bobcats to inbound for the baseline. Miller looking and looking. Still looking and does get it into Walker. The Cats up by 3 as we approach the 12-minute mark of the second half. Walker backing down. Kick out into the left corner. Miller works the left baseline. Throws back out to Mullins. His 3 ball. Count it! Jay Mullins from downtown off the dime from Jed Miller. That 3 ball sponsored by Wendy's. The assist sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Cats back up by 6. 11:50 remaining in the game. Stoppage coming to the next whistle. O'Neal against McMahon. Turns, hooks, got it. Jake O'Neal, crafty. He's in the double figures at 10. What a bowl game tonight. Bobcats getting crushed on the glass. Idaho State plus 11. They've got 12 offensive rebounds. That's the difference. Miller a 3. In and out. Wow, that thing swirled around the entire rim. 47-43, MSU leading Idaho State. 11 and a quarter to go in the game. Bobcats trying to maintain their home dominance and go to 6-1 at the brick against Big Sky competition. Darling with a standing dribble at the top. Moves left around to screen. Working on Miller. Step back, top side 3. Yes. That's ice cold from Dylan Darling, and he makes it a 1-point game. 17 from Darling today on 5 of 19 from the field. He's had to earn it. He went 1 of 11 from the field in the first half. Bobcats have not given up the lead since very early in the first half. Mullins kick out. Ogbong Polo from the right corner. Bounce down to Walker. Spins and hooks it home. What a pass by Ogbong Polo. And Brandon Walker with a beautiful, silky, smooth finish. O'Neal triggers a 3. That's good. Boy, Idaho State really heating up now. 3 of 7 from 3 in the second half, but they're starting to knock it down. And we got a tie game, 49 each. First tie since very, very early in the first half. Miller out of the right wing. Throws up to Walker at the top. Over to Ogbong Polo, left wing. Puts it on the floor to the mid post. Kick out, McMahon. Works his way into the paint. Through contact, lays it up. No, but he'll draw the foul. Went right into the belly of the beast. A.J. Bergen commits the foul, his 3rd. And Pat McMahon will go to the line. When we come back, we got a cat fight. Bengals and Bobcats tied at 49. 10:04 to go in the ball game. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, Start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
10:04 to go in the ball game. Montana State and Idaho State tied at 49 points apiece. If the Bobcats lose today, they would be in position to have to play the first round of the Big Sky Tournament, which is Saturday, March 8th. If they win today, they could rise as high as fourth place, which would set them up with a bye into the quarterfinals, which would have them playing on Monday, March 10th. Meanwhile, the women have already secured a first-round bye with their win today, so they are guaranteed to play on March 9th, the Sunday. And that's what happens when you start the Big Sky Conference season 14-0. Pat McMahon going to the line for the Bobcats. 10:04 to go in the ball game. 49 points each for Montana State and Idaho State. Idaho State looking for their first sweep of Montana State since the 08-09 season, 16 years ago. First free throw is good. Pat McMahon gets it to rattle home. Second point in the second half. He's got 8 total today. He's been playing with some edge. Next free throw is good. Bobcats knocking down their shots at the stripe. They are 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Montana State taking 4 free throws in the second half. Idaho State taking 0. 51-49, Montana State back in front. 9:55 to go in the game. Green at the top. Gives it to Darling. Works his way on Walker and falls. Oh, and they called a foul on Walker. That is the second worst call we've seen tonight. Darling put his forearm into Walker's belly, and then Darling fell down. Watching the replay here, Walker's moving his feet. Yeah, Darling just fell. That is an awful call. Idaho State will inbound with 9:46 to go. We're in the second half. Bobcats lead 51-49. Darling's gotten 2 phantom calls already this year. Works the baseline and then steps on the sideline of the make-up call. Rears its beautiful head. Going the other way. That was the third foul on Brandon Walker. 9:41 left. Cats up 2 with the ball. They have not given up the lead. They trailed 2-1, 90 seconds into the game. That's the only time they've trailed today. Handoff for McMahon. He's open. Topside 3. That's no good. Idaho State fighting for the rebound, and then we got a whistle as Garacki reached in, and they just called a foul on Garacki. Well, that looked like a lot of ball. And Garacki picks up his first foul. 6th team foul on Montana State. Let's take a look. That was a lot of ball, man. It's getting gnarly. All right, got to flush it and go to work. Logie pumping up the crowd. Wants to turn this thing and flip it around. Bobcat Nation obliges. Bounce pass down to the left baseline. Here's O'Neal against McMahon. Back to the basket, turns right shoulder with a lefty dribble, gets underneath, goes up, draws the foul. Pat McMahon bid on the shot fake, and McMahon just picked up his third foul. Free throws coming. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. First free throws of the second half for Idaho State. Bobcats have Thursday next week off. First free throw is good. And then they go on the road to Portland State and Sac State Thursday and Saturday, the 27th and 1st. And then you come back home for the final game, senior day against Idaho on March 3rd. Next free throw's no good, and the Bobcats corral the rebound with a 1-point lead, 51-50. We cruise past the 9-minute mark of the second half. Bobcats with the ball to our right. Walker hands it off for Zephyr. Turns the corner down to the left elbow. Bounce pass to Walker on the right block. Puts it on the floor, spins right shoulder, kick out left corner. McMahon with 9 to shoot, works his way inside, lost it, and draws the foul. So the foul goes on A.J. Bergen. That's his 4th. 6th team foul on Idaho State. Bobcats have committed 7, so Idaho State will be shooting the rest of the way. Isaiah Griffin checks back in, coming off the 21-point performance on Thursday. He is scoreless today. Cats inbound. Zephyr from the baseline. Gets it into the left corner for Garacki. He tries the left corner 3. That's no good. And the rebound grabbed by Idaho State. And Garacki's struggles from the field continue. He has now missed his last 11 shots over the last 4 games. Darling knocks down a topside 3. Lets out a big shout at the Bobcat bench. And he has given Idaho State their first lead since the 18-minute mark of the first half. 53-51 Idaho State. Handoff in the left corner for Zephyr. Works the left baseline underneath. Handoff for McMahon down to the right block. Pump fake goes up and draws the foul. So McMahon go to the line for 2. Evan Otten picks up his second foul. 17 fouls for Idaho State, so everybody shooting free throws the rest of the way. All right, it's getting sarcastic now. McMahon hits the free throw. Official having a conversation with Zephyr a little bit. Logie was upset with the base, the width of the legs from one of the Idaho State players on how they were setting the screen. McMahon knocks down the free throw. He's in double figures. He's got 11. Tie game again. McMahon ties it at the stripe, 53 each, 8:05 to go. Bobcat Nation sitting on pins and needles. Darling down to the right elbow. Picks up the dribble, throws it out to the left wing. Hollenbeck on the drive, leans in and banks it in. First points for Hollenbeck in the second half. Hollenbeck with 8. Tough finish. Bengals back up by 2, 55-53, 7:45 left. Handoff for McMahon. Backs it out to the top. Thrown over to Walker. Crosses over. Spins. Into the lane, and they call the foul. That was a late whistle. And then Hollenbeck goes screaming down the sideline. No! Brandon Walker will be shooting a 1-and-1 when we come back. 7:35 to go in the ball game. Montana State trails 55-53. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Back to First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the game, and Montana State is trailing 55-53. Brandon Walker will be going to the line for a 1-and-1 with a chance to tie it again. The Bobcats were so good defensively in the first half. They held Idaho State to 9 makes and a 27% field goal percentage. In the second half, Idaho State already has 10 makes and they're shooting 53%. They've hit their last 5. Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild rivalry series between Montana State University and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. .7:35 to go in the game, and Brandon Walker at the line. Bobcats haven't hit a field goal in the last 3 minutes. Still, though, chance to tie it here. Pat McMahon, the leading scorer in the second half for Montana State. O'Neill and Darling have split the load on the other side. The front end is good. Cats down by 1 with another one coming. That's a crucial free throw. This one is up. And good. Brandon Walker. Now 7 of 8 from the free throw line today. He's got 15 points. We got a tie game. And a whistle because of the shot clock, which says 13 right now. There we go. They're going to put 23 on the clock. They had reset it to 20 instead of 30 accidentally. Inbound to Darling, back at the half-court line, and we're rolling. Tie game, 55 all, 7:24 to go. Down to the right baseline, it's O'Neill. Spins into a double team, has to throw it out long. Around to the left wing for Hollenbeck. Has the dribble, crosses over, down to the left block, steps in. Fading jumper, no. And the Bobcats win the rebound. Ogbong Polo is in there, scrumming it up. Montana State can take the lead back. But to do so, you need to snap a 3.5-minute field goal drought. Down to the left baseline. Walker has it. Walker still with the dribble to the elbow, 10. Down to the left block, gets inside, tipped out to Zephyr, 6. Out to Ogbong Polo, he's wide open for 3. No good. Man, that is a wide open look. Cats 2 of 10 from the three-point line of the second half. Doesn't get much more open than that. We're still tied, 55 all, 6:25 to go in the game. To the elbow. Darling throws up to the top. Hollenbeck, 10 to shoot, gives it to O'Neill left wing, 9 to shoot. O'Neill works his way to the left elbow, 7. O'Neill backing in, 5. Fall away, Jay, rimming, no! Zephyr the rebound, pushing the tempo down the right sideline. Cats looking for the lead. Underneath to Mullins. He lays it up and in. And then Mullins got tackled. They swallow the whistle, but it doesn't matter. Bryce Zephyr turning on the showtime. Darling into the lane, and then they blow the whistle. Mullins got absolutely mauled on the other side. Let's watch the replay. That was a beautiful pass by Zephyr. It wasn't as bad as it looked on the replay. So now a 1-and-1 for Idaho State. Walker just picked up his 4th foul. Jade Mullins after that last bucket had 13 points. A timeout called by Montana State. Logie is livid. Temperature turned up. We're going to take a break. 5:57 to go in the ball game. Bobcats leading the Bengals 57-55. Idaho State going to the line when we come back. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Hi, I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
If you thought having a 3-day weekend couldn't get any better, then you haven't heard about the President's Day deals at Kohl's. I just went and saved a ton on great new styles and much-needed home finds, like cute jeans for $24.99, cozy bedding for 30% off, a 15-piece cookware set for $59.99, and so much more. Plus, I got an extra 15% off with a coupon. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend, get to Kohl's and thank me later. Select styles, 15% offers end February 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Intermountain Health, with 2 clinic locations in Bozeman, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. What a ball game tonight. 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the game. Bobcats lead the Bengals 57-55. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Idaho State going to the line. Should be a 1-1. That's what they were signaling going to break. So Darling at the line. Oh, they're calling it 2. They're saying it was in the act of shooting. They had signaled a 1-1 before we went to break. So 2 free throws for Darling, who's got 20 today. He has eclipsed 30 points in each of his last 2 games, and he hits the first free throw. He is second in the conference in assists per game. Number 1 scorer during conference play. Came in at 23 points per game in 36 minutes. Next free throw is good. He's got 22. We're tied again. It's the 5th tie, all in the second half. 57 each. 5:55 to go. Bobcat offense has scuffled in the second half. 6 makes, 2 of 10 from deep. Zephyr down to the left block. Throws out to Patterson. Makes a tough catch. Gives to Ogbong Polo. He works his way down. He's going to the rack and draws the foul. Made it count, or scored it, but they're going to call that on the floor. It'll still be a 1-1. That looked like the right call. Yeah, Jackson Green with the foul. Yeah, he had not gathered for the shot yet. Jackson Green just picked up his 4th. Bergen has 4. Hollenbeck has 3. So Idaho State in some foul trouble. 4 fouls for Brandon Walker, 3 for Pat McMahon today, and 3 for Bryce Zephyr. That's the foul trouble on the Bobcat end. Ogbong Polo, a 1-1 for the lead. In and out. Montana State's been so good at the free throw line today, but they missed the front end of the 1-1 there. This game remains tied, 57 each, 5:30 remaining. Handoff up at the half-court line. Darling directs traffic, works right around a screen. Out on the right wing, Darling working on Mullins, spins to the Big Sky logo. Pivoting around, has to throw it out, 6 to shoot. Bergen has it, 4 to shoot. Bergen crossing over on Zephyr 2, puts up a contested 3. That's no good, and the Bobcats win the rebound on a hop. Zephyr from left to right, throws over to Mullins on the left wing, then to Ogbong Polo. He's open, his 3, no! And Ogbong Polo continues to beat Cole from deep. He's 1 of 5 from downtown. O'Neal racking, and he lays it in down to the right block. Jake O'Neal in transition, big swing after the missed 3 and a quick 2. 2-point lead for Idaho State, 4:44 to go in the game. Patterson to Zephyr. Bobcats haven't trailed by more than 2 tonight. Zephyr out to Patterson, off a screen, his 3, count it! Tyler Patterson saying, you can't guard me. Cats back in front on the Tyler Patterson 3. It's his 2nd of the night, and he has tied Danny Sprinkle for 3rd most in program history. Number 262 from number 11. O'Neal throws into the left corner. Here's Darling. His 3 ball silences it, and then he just barked right at Patterson. They called McMahon for that technical earlier. He turned and just shouted in Patterson's face. Look, if you're going to call the technical, you got to call both ways. They just let it go. Bengals up by 2. Up to the top. Mullins gives to Lekalot. Up to Ogbong Polo. Turns to the mid-post. Throw it out to Patterson, right wing. He works his way down to the right block. Bounce pass out to Ogbong Polo. And he buries the 3. Max Ogbong-Polo wide open from the left corner, and the Bobcats back up by 1. Logie slap of the floor. The Bobcats will not be back down at the brick. 3:20 remaining. Darling on the drive, gets underneath, has to throw it out. Picked off. Tyler Patterson with the interception. Here comes MSU. Zephyr around a screen to the mid-post, slows it down with 3:10 to go. We do have a stoppage coming with MSU up 63-62. What a heavyweight bout. Two teams that have been battling on the hardwood since 1913. Zephyr out on the left wing to the free throw line. Works his way down to the right block. Handoff. Lecolot rises, lays it. Good. Cats lead it. Zephyr threading the needle. Lecolot making it count. Cats back up by 3. 4 points for Lecolot tonight. 2:35 remaining. Darling at the top. Works his way right around the screen to the elbow. Backs it out. Step back. Right wing 3. No good. Ogbong-Polo clears the rebound. Montana State from left to right. Trying to put this thing away. Zephyr across the timeline. Play call gets in from Logie to Zephyr. Boy, this one hanging on a razor's edge tonight. Ticking under the 2-minute mark of the second half. 6 to shoot. Zephyr down to the left corner. Handoff for Ogbong-Polo. He tries a 3. That's no good. Mullins the offensive rebound, and he'll wisely back it out. Cats up by 3, winding the clock down with 1:45 to go. Now 10 seconds to shoot. Mullins has it out the half-court line, 7. Mullins winding it down 5. Left around to screen 4. Mullins into the lane 3. Stops, leans in, off the glass. Got it to go. Timeout MSU. Jay Mullins, an electrifying layup. He's up and barking into the rafters, bursting the crowd at the brick. Latch down the roof. It's getting hot in Bozeman. Oh, what a stretch. Montana State up 67-62, 1:32 to go in the ball game. We're stepping aside. Jay Mullins making the last days of his college career count. We're stepping aside. Bobcats 67, Bengals 62, 1:32 left in the ball game. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. After this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position at First Interstate Bank. It's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. 1 minute, 32 seconds to go in the ball game. Montana State leads 67-62 over Idaho State. They're on a 10-2 run. Patterson, Ogbong-Polo, Lecolot, and Mullins knocking down some big shots. Mullins had an offensive rebound and just made the last bucket at the end of the shot clock that set this place into a frenzy. And now, just got to play some defense. Idaho State's been dynamic in the second half offensively, although the defense has finally started to stiffen up. Idaho State on a 2.5-minute scoring drought as they take it into the front court. 1:20 to go in the game. Dylan Darling at the top. He's had 25 points tonight. Works his way into the lane. Leans in, lays it up. Good. Wow. What an incredible finish. Doesn't celebrate. He just complains, thinking you should have gotten a foul call. Timeout, Idaho State. Man, 27 points for Dylan Darling. Pat McMahon will check back in. 1 minute, 17 seconds to go in the game. If you're a parent, listen up. A shocking number of Montana teens and preteens vape regularly, so please talk to your kids about vaping. It matters. Get everything you need for a great convo at knowthefactsmt.com. At halftime over in Missoula, Weber State leading Montana 33-32. Northern Colorado has already lost today, suffering their third Big Sky loss. They're 11-3 after an 11-point loss at Portland State. The Bobcats could end up at the end of the night either in the bottom four or in fourth place. A win puts them in fourth place. A loss would put them in position to have to play a first-round game in Boise. After tonight, 4 more games left in the regular season. Pat McMahon will inbound, press in the backcourt just on the inbounds pass, and Idaho State calls off the Cats after. Cats looking for a 2-possession lead. 70 seconds to go in the game at home, with the Cats looking for their 10th home victory. Zephyr on the left wing, in the corner. Throws out to the left wing for Patterson. Bounce pass to the top for Lekalot. Over to McMahon. Works his way down to the right baseline, double. Throws out to Mullins with 8 to shoot. Mullins at the top with 6. To the right wing, 5. Mullins rises, fires. Left it short. McMahon saves it over the baseline, and it's staying here with Montana State with .7 on the shot clock. Heck of an effort by Pat McMahon, leaping over the baseline and throwing it off of Jake O'Neal. McMahon almost came down and touched the baseline. Either way, going to have to get a quick shot up. 47 seconds left. They bring in some size. Evan Otten comes in. 6'11" forward. We'll guard the inbounds pass. Miller comes in. Zephyr takes the seat. Again, 0.7 seconds. So not much you can do here. Leading by 3 with 47 seconds total left. Mullins looking to inbound. Throws it in. Lekalot floats it up and in, and he beats the buzzer. 0.7 was all they needed, and Lekalot puts the Cats up by 5. What a play. Down to the left block, Hollenbeck on Miller, lost it, picked up by Otten, he floats it, no. Fist fight for the rebound, and Sam Lekalot comes out with it. He lets out a primal scream. Lekalot's days at the brick are numbered, but he's making them count at the end. What a bare-knuckle boxing match for that rebound. So Lekalot, with 0.7 seconds left, put the tip in, and then he just beat up 4 black jerseys to get that rebound, draw the foul, go to the line, and try to put the dagger in the Bengals. The first free throw is good. 70-64 Montana State. Always sweet to hit that 70-point mark, because the Cats are 1-11 this year when scoring fewer than 70 points. Another tight one tonight. Remember, Montana State is 2-11 in games decided by 7 or fewer points. 2-11. Up by 6 right now. Shot clock off, 30 seconds left. And Montana State trying to put the finishing touches on an entertaining night of basketball at the brick. Free throw's no good. Rebound by Idaho State. They trail by 6. 25 seconds left. Darling up at the top. Goes over to the right wing. Quick trigger 3 from Hollenbeck. In and out. Fight for the rebound. Ogbong Polo wins it. And then he draws the foul and will go to the line. So Cats get the late stop. Ogbong Polo going to the free throw line. Hugs from Lekalot and Zephyr. What an effort by Sam Lekalot down the stretch. Jay Mullins, Tyler Patterson, Max Ogbong Polo all knocking down some big shots late. Phenomenal balance on the offensive side. Mullins and Walker tied with 15 points for the team lead. Ogbong Polo 11, Ogbong Polo with 12, McMahon with 11. And Ogbong Polo going to the line. First free throw is good. Bobcats with a chance to get back to 500 with Montana, one of the hottest teams in the league, the hottest team in the league, coming in on Saturday. Through the silence, it is good. 72-64 Montana State. 17 and a half seconds left. Darling with a head of steam across the half-court line out to the left wing. He Euro steps in, had it tipped, kicks it out. O'Neal leans in, floats it home. Tough finish. Timeout, Idaho State. This Bengals team is a problem, man. They are good. 72-66, 10.6 seconds left. Be sure to join us at the Ribbon Chop House on Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. for the next edition of Cat Chat. We'll have Logie and Coach Binford. We'll have Taylor Chirick on the women's side. To be determined on the men's side. Jay Mullins has some obligations Tuesday night. Otherwise, probably would have had him on already. So we'll see. But Mullins hitting his per-game average over the last couple of weeks. 15 points tonight. That's what he had been averaging in his previous 5. Montana State putting this thing on ice late. It has not been easy. They have been out-rebounded by 10, but they've gotten the crucial rebounds late. They haven't given up an offensive rebound, something like 7 or 8 minutes. So that's been helpful as well. They've really kind of made Idaho State two-dimensional. Darling with 27, O'Neal with 18. Nobody else has more than 8 on the Idaho State side. Bobcats opened up an early 14-point lead. Bengals battled back. We had a seesaw affair with 5 ties and 7 lead changes, all or mostly in the second half. And Montana State making the plays. Just it's a make or miss league. You got to hit your shots. You got to make your plays. You got to rebound down the stretch. With all the struggles the Cats had in some of those close games late, they weren't doing it. They are tonight, and they're doing it in front of the hometown crowd. Another beautiful showing here. Miller inbounds to Zephyr, 10 seconds left. To Ogbong Polo, back to Mullins, 7 seconds left, and Mullins draws the foul. Jay Mullins, the third best free throw shooter in the country. Had a stretch of 37 consecutive makes the free throw line snap on Thursday. Going the line with 6 seconds left. 4 more games left in the regular season after this one. The free throw is good. What a finishing show by Jay Mullins down the stretch this season. 6th-year player, started at St. Mary's, played the last 2 years at Washington State. The free throw is up and good. 74-66. 8-point lead for the Cats. 6 seconds left. Darling across the half-court line out to the top. 3 seconds left in the game. Bounce pass to the top. Here's a 3. It's good. It'll count. The ball game is over, and Montana State wins. They get just their 3rd win of the year in a game decided by 7 or fewer points. They are 3-11 in games separated by 7 points or less. What is showing tonight? 4 Bobcats in double figures led by Jay Mullins, who had 17 points. We'll step aside. Cats win it. They're back to 500, and they're in 4th place in the Big Sky. 12-15 overall, 7-7 for Montana State, 10-2 at the brick with 2 one-possession losses against CSUN and Northern Colorado. That's it. Idaho State falls to 11-13, 6-7 in Big Sky play. And the Bobcats, for the first time this year, beat a team above them in the standings. They hadn't done that all year long. Bobcats starting to turn a corner down the stretch. They get the win, 74-69 against a very good and pesky Idaho State team. We'll take a break. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
At Intermountain Health, we believe life is a circle. May yours surround you with insight, a healthy perspective, trust, and reassurance. The belief that our differences aren't that different. And compassion just when you need it most. Life is a circle. May yours help you live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill up at Conoco stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for a new Fuel Forward app user through 6/30/2025. Participating locations only.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, this is Bobcat Postgame.
A classic Big Sky battle between two of the Big Sky charter members ends with a 74-69 win for Montana State over Idaho State to get back to 500 in Big Sky play. The post-game show is brought to you by the Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you today as Montana State improves to 12-15, 7-7 in Big Sky play. They are now in fourth place in conference action, with Montana coming in on Saturday. Bengals fall to 11-13, 6-7 in conference play after getting swept through the Treasure State. We'll talk with Coach Logie here in just a bit, but first, a timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built. Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Bryant, whatever it takes. Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time. Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces. And NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Back at the Ribbon Chop House postgame show, Bobcats win it 74-69 against the Idaho State Bengals. Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, we're going to talk with head coach Matt Logie in just a moment. He's on the way over right now as Montana State has gotten back to 500 in Big Sky play. 3,222 the announced attendance today, and that means Montana State remains over 3,000 per game during conference action this year. So continuing to show up and show out. Bobcat fans were absolutely a part of this ball game today, and this one was feisty and testy, and it ended in a dub for the Bobcats, who are now in fourth place in conference action. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by head coach Matt Logie. And Coach, this was a heck of a win, man. We've seen you guys lose some close games throughout the year. Got a close game today. Just down the stretch, what do you feel like were some of the pivotal moments in this exciting win in front of a great crowd?
Well, I'm really proud of our guys' toughness tonight. You got a team that is top 3 in the country in offensive rebounding. You hold them below their average there. First half, a little below our goal. But the last 3 media segments, they had no offensive rebounds. And so that grit and toughness down the stretch was pivotal. And then our late game execution just continues to improve. Obviously, that out-of-bounds play was phenomenally executed. Great pass by Jabe. But we had a lot of other possessions where we just took good care of the ball, got great shots, had 14 assists, 7 turns. So really proud. Our guys were tough. They were detailed. And they were together, which was our theme for the week.
Sam Leckelot, man, so much fun watching him do what he does here at the Brick, especially late. What'd you see from his toughness at the end of this one?
Well, he's the leader in that category for us, and we've needed him to step up in a leadership role in that way, not just with his actions, but also imploring his teammates to match that. I think that's obviously was a big trait of Robert Ford last year, and Sam's really stepped up to take on that leadership role, and whether it's crashing the glass, drawing fouls, getting offensive rebounds, really proud of him.
Certainly a frustrating game at times, some calls not going your way, but to have the crowd behind you, being able to have them as some of the wind in the sails when it feels like things are kind of stacked against you, that's got to be a good feeling. Yeah,
we overcame some things today, which is a sign of good things to come. You're not always going to have things break your way. You've got to be tough, and you got to find ways to bounce back, and you got to step up and make the plays when they're available. I think one example of that, Max misses a free throw. Gets a 3 on the next possession, misses that, and then about 2 possessions later buries a big one, and that's attitude. You've got to let the pass go and make the next best choice, and you got to play this game with confidence. So we had a lot of guys step up.
All right, Coach, rest up. You got a Thursday off before that other team comes into town.
Thanks. Go Cats.
All right, that's head coach Matt Logie. Bobcats win it 74-69. Thursday is off, and the Montana Grizzlies are here next Saturday for the doubleheader. Women at 2, men at 7. All right, more of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
World-class physicians, patient care that's second to none, the most advanced technology available. With a scorecard like that, you can trust Vance Thompson Vision to provide you with the best possible options for your vision. From LASIK to cataracts to everything in between, our surgeons and their teams root for their patients with as much dedication as diehard fans do for their favorite teams. Request your laser vision consultation from the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats. Visit VanceThompsonVision.com. Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
Back on the Ribbon Chop House post-game show, Bobcats win it 74-69 against the Idaho State Bengals. Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. We'll be back at the Ribbon Chop House Tuesday night, 6:30 for the next edition of Cat Chat. We've got 3 more Cat Chats left. Final one of the year is on March 4th, which will set us up for the Big Sky Tournament. All right, there were certainly some highlights in this one tonight. We can take a listen to those now, presented by First Security Bank. So we can hear those First Security Bank highlights right now. McMahon holding out on the right wing, gives it up to B.J. Cawley. Handoff for Jay Mullins. He's open. The right wing 3. Book it. Jay Mullins staying hot, getting started early tonight. Bobcats leading 19-5. 10:40 to go first half. Out to the right wing. Here's the 3. In and out, and back in again. Jay Mullins hitting another 3 ball. Having a great start again today. He's got 8. 5 minutes remaining first half. Patterson steps to his right, lets it fly. It's good. Tyler Patterson, one of the enduring images of the 20s, knocking down 3 balls at the brick. 1:45 to go in the first half. Can Montana State maintain the lead and push it out to a couple possessions? Walker knocks it free. He's in transition to the cup. One-hand slam! Clip it. Put it on the highlight reel. Brandon Walker coming back, sailing across the brick floor. Wow. Giving to Walker at the top. Giving to Ogbong Polo right wing. He tries the 3 ball, and it's good. Max Ogbong Polo finds the bottom of the cup. Top side 3 from Ogbong Polo. Montana State up 41-37. Miller works the left baseline, throws back out to Mullins. His 3 ball. Count it. Jay Mullins from downtown off the dime from Jed Miller. Zephyr out to Patterson. Off a screen. His 3. Count it. Tyler Patterson saying, you can't guard me. Cats back in front on the Tyler Patterson 3. It's his second of the night, and he has tied Danny Sprinkle for 3rd most in program history. number 262 from number 11. Mullins looking to inbound, throws it in. Lecolot floats it up and in, and he beats the buzzer. 0.7 was all they needed, and Lecolot puts the Cats up by 5. What a play. Those were our first Security Bank highlights of the game today. We'll take a break. More to come on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State wins it 74-69 against Idaho State. They're back to 500, 7-7 in conference play with those hot, pesky Grizzlies coming in on Saturday night. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
From our 1946 roots, providing lumber for Yellowstone National